Oh, hello, fabulous people. Just another update from me, and you'll probably hear Queen Olga, the Russian blue, meowing in the background because she wants dinner. I haven't put out a hiking video in a couple weeks because I haven't had a chance to hike in a couple weeks. I've been working about 50 hours a week, which is great. That's exactly what I need. Oh, here she is. Say hi, Olga. Yeah, so, hi, Olga. Anyway, and the first week I did that, there was like no hiking because I was adapting to, working that many hours on my feet, which is great. Thank you, God. Please keep it up. Winning. I was going to do videos for Currahee Military Weekend this weekend, which is the first weekend in October here in Toccoa, where it's a tribute to Toccoa's strong military history. If you don't know, watch Band of Brothers, the miniseries. Go find it, watch it. The guys that jumped into Normandy, the paratroopers that jumped into Normandy and saved the world, they trained here in Toccoa. So Currahee Military Weekend, first weekend in October, is always a big deal. There's a lot of reenactments, there's a veterans parade, there's all these different events and whatnot. All over town you see World War II style tents set up and reenactors hanging out, and it's fantastic. However, I did have to work on Saturday, which was fine. That Saturday I was scheduled off at 11, so it was great. Go out after work, whatever. The problem is that all last week I felt off. I hadn't been sleeping well. I felt off all week. I would come home from work and just die, right? There was no hiking, there was no yoga, there was no working out, there was coming home and dying, and I'm like, okay, this is not normal. I am, adapted to my job. I am adapted to my hours. I just felt off. I felt kind of fatigued. I had kind of an upset stomach off and on, but I chalked that up to drinking a lot of Monsters. Lots of Monsters. I thought, well, maybe I'm just poor diet, whatever, for that week. I was trying to think of a million reasons why I felt off. So, Saturday of military weekend comes along. I get done work. I go, right, I'm going to go and I'm going to shower and I'm going to get changed and go do the things. I did none of the things. I passed out. I just died. Toward the end of the day, early evening, I was able to get up and kind of walk around town. All the events were over, and it was, just a few random tents and things. But I did get to go to my favorite hangout, Wesley's on Doyle, which is a local little cigar and bourbon lounge. And it's styled as a 1920s Prohibition-era speakeasy, and I go there every week, every other week. Sit there with a book. Currently reading this one. Sit there and read and sit there unbothered, read my book, drink my espresso martini, and go home every week. It's like my place. So at least, I did get to go there for a little bit. I was like, all right, great. Sunday, gonna do more things. Sunday, I'm off Sunday. It's my one day off. It's gonna be fine. I'm going to, I was gonna go to breakfast at my favorite breakfast place. I was gonna wander more around town. I was gonna do all the things. I was gonna do the laundry, do the meal prep, do the things. The things did not happen. Because Sunday morning I woke up sick as a dog. So apparently all the fatigue and all the random queasiness and whatnot and all the aches and everything was me fighting off a bug. And it finally got me on Sunday. It is now Tuesday night at almost 7 o'clock. Sick as a dog, fever. I was throwing up. I was dizzy. I was weak. I was dead. Absolutely dead. So Sunday was just, it was misery on so many levels. You know, I had made plans with somebody for the day. I had to cancel them. It was misery. I was so sick. I called out of work for Monday, which I never do. The only time I've missed work has been that time my car died. And that was only one day. Called out of work Monday. Woke up this morning, Tuesday morning. And, you know, the fever was gone. Have been able to hold down food. Now, granted, the only thing that has been even remotely appetizing has been, you know, your standard comfort food crap. You know, especially ice cream has been like the only thing. Not good, but whatever. But yeah, this morning I woke up, I'm like, okay, I'm holding food down. I don't have a fever. I still feel like crap. But, you know, I'm only scheduled for 6 hours today. My longer days, my 10-hour days are not till the second half of this week. So it's Tuesday. It's going to be slow. I think I'm going to be fine. Spoiler alert, I was not fine. Not even a little bit. I get to work at a little before 4:30, make the sausage gravy, and I'm already feeling not great. Get to the grill, start making my sausage, start making my eggs, all the things, and while I'm not feeling queasy or anything, I'm not feeling like I'm gonna get sick again, none of that. I think because that kitchen is so hot, it just made everything feel worse. 30 minutes in, I looked at the owner and I'm like, I can't. I am not. I just can't. I was getting dizzy. I was weak. I just felt. I couldn't. I just couldn't. I was still. You know, I can work being uncomfortable. I can work feeling kind of off. I can work being, you know, when I'm not at the top of my game physically, whatever, mentally, whatever. I can work just fine and work well, but oh no, my body was like, no, we are not doing this. We are not. So I felt so bad. I'm like, yeah, because I told them, yeah, I can come in. I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll be fine. I was, spoiler alert, not fine. So I looked at the owner and I'm like, no, I thought I was recovered enough, but I am not recovered enough. I said, no problem. Called somebody in, 6 o'clock. Somebody came in, took over the grill, went home, passed out. Just absolutely passed out. Woke up around 4:30 and finally feel well enough to make a video. I think I needed that extra day of recovery. This is the first time I have been able to sit up long enough to make a video. It's the first time I have felt well enough to get a full shower, not just spot washing the puke out of my hair. Not just doing the thing where I'm dipping my hair in the sink and washing it and then going to get back to bed and dying. I was that sick, y'all. I was that freaking sick. But yeah, woke up and I feel a whole lot better now. I mean, am I like gonna go out and climb Curry Mountain right now or tomorrow? No, I am not. Am I gonna do any yoga tonight? No, I'm not. I might do some gentle yoga tomorrow maybe, but yeah, I've turned a corner. So anyway, all that aimless rambling was telling you why I've not done a video this week. I was gonna go hike yesterday. I have a trail one of the ones that's just off of Currahee Mountain. It's like a 4.5-mile loop that goes through an old abandoned cemetery, and it's absolutely one of my favorite hikes in the world. Not very strenuous, and I was going to do that yesterday. That was my plan. But I was so sick yesterday and today. So anyway, between working 50-something hours a week and having caught whatever bug this was, apparently there is a stomach bug going around, and apparently I managed to get it. Yay me. That's why I've not videoed. I've not been ignoring y'all on purpose. I just haven't had anything worth videoing. Or had a chance to do anything worth videoing. But yeah, I have turned a corner now. I am, as of right this minute, I feel drastically improved from what I did this morning. I just ate dinner. I had my shower. I sitting here reading my book, which is something I haven't done in like, God, since I think Friday night was the last time I was reading my book. Because sitting up was just no. Focusing on words was just no. You know how when you're sick, everything hurts, like your whole body hurts, like your hair hurts. Everything is, you're so sensitive, like your skin hurts, your hair hurts. Everything is just awful. That's where I've been, but thankfully I've turned the corner, and yes, I've missed 2 days of work. That's gonna hurt a lot. I have very specific saving goals between now and April that I have to achieve, and I cannot save money if I'm not making money. I'm missing work, so. But then again, if I get sick and like die, I'm not gonna hike anyway, so you know, you gotta take care of yourself, right? You gotta take care of yourself, otherwise you're no good to anyone else. So yes, I am sorry about that. Like I said, I'm not gonna hike tomorrow. I'm not gonna, the rest of the week I'm working till 2 o'clock. So there probably won't be any hiking this week, but my goal is Monday after work. You know, assuming my healing continues and I'm doing fine, Monday after work I'm going to do that hike I was telling you about with the abandoned cemetery, and it's a really neat little hike. Very neat little hike. I'm frustrated that, you know, I've missed this chunk of everything. You know, work, saving, training. It's frustrating, and I've been very depressed, and there's other things that have caused me a lot of stress, and it's just being sick and all the things all at once was like, it was a lot. But like, see, here's the thing, life happens. Monkey wrenches get thrown into things. You know, you stumble, you fall, you get hurt. People, places, and things happen. Illness happens. So, you know, you're fighting your way through a goal, and then you're slapped in the face with something awful, something heartbreaking, something physically incapacitating, and you want to, the temptation to curl up in the blanket and never come out and just hibernate in a blanket fort with, you know, with YouTube or Paramount Plus, and just listen to nonsense and hide under the blanket. That's always a very real temptation. But like, you can't do that. I mean, you can, but it's just gonna make things a lot worse, right? So when those hard times come and you get knocked back and you have to take a side quest detour that you didn't ask for, right? The key is, you can't run from things. You cannot hide from things. When these horrible, sucky times come to you, you have to embrace them. Embrace the suck. Because if you run from them, it snowballs. It'd be very easy for me to say, oh, I'm sick and I missed 2 days of training, and oh no, because I've been laying down for 2 days, well, 3 now, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days, my sciatica is messed up, my tendonitis, I'm been in pain because I've been so immobile. But it's not like I really had a choice. I was so sick I couldn't be mobile. But also I'm in so much pain I need to get up and walk around, but I couldn't because I was so sick. And it's when those things happen, the temptation to quit is very strong, but don't listen to it. Right? It's nothing but a thought. It's nothing but a blip. It ain't nothing but a thing, right? You just get back up and you keep crawling forward. If you can't stand up and walk yet, you can crawl. And if you can't crawl, you can kind of shimmy around like a snake. You can inchworm your way toward your goal if you want. So, yeah, it has been a very bad several days with this illness, and it's been depressing, but it's also okay. Even when things are not okay, it's okay. Because I am healing, I am getting stronger. I'm not gonna have this bug forever. And life goes on. So this is just another little side quest bonus adventure that I did not ask for, but it showed up anyway. And yeah, so sorry for all that rambly. Like I said, I am drastically improved, but I'm definitely not 100% yet, so my thoughts are kind of all over the place. So yeah, that's it. That's what's up with me. I'm sorry for the lack of hiking videos or adventure videos, but I'm on the mend, and I'm gonna have something for y'all next week. So thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for being patient. You are awesome. Here, look, Queen Olga. Queen Olga, say hi, Olga. Olga does not look amused. That's all right. Anyway, y'all have a great night. Talk to y'all later. Have an awesome Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, or whatever day it is when you see this. Bye for now.